Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Endless Legend. We are in a pretty good position, production, economy, sort of general internal empire development-wise, thus far. But, as you can see, other players are everywhere, and it is a well-known fact that hell is other players. So we must prepare for the war that is definitely coming. We're going to have to fight somebody. We're going to be able to make friends with somebody, probably, but there is almost no position worse in the game than being the player that everybody else knows. So, I'm kind of thinking about moving the seed storage down to the bottom of the queue here, honestly. Like, I wonder if we want to maybe, given that winter is no more than 12 turns away and could be next turn, kind of wondering if maybe we want to just really focus on producing troops, because we need them desperately, and put off the seed storage until we think winter is near its end, and then complete the seed storage as winter ends so that we can get its maximum effectiveness next. You know what? I think I do want to do that. I really think we got to get on military production here. 5 turns is too long to wait. We have sort of a full army. It's worth noting that the other players shouldn't have a ton of vision of us. Like, we have 4 units. I guess they don't even know how many units we have, though. One thing I should note, I don't think I've talked about it yet, but there is a scoreboard screen. On the scoreboard screen, you can see the status and score and stuff of all of the other empires that you have met, unless you have, as I have, turned empire information to partial in the game settings. What that does is it makes it so that you can only see the various scores of other empires that you have a spy embedded in. We have not engaged with the espionage system at all. I would certainly like to, but basically, the AI also can't see our scores here, and I think they actually use this information to make decisions. So, if I was not playing with partial information, just producing any units at all pushes up your military power, because the military power is an abstraction based on the total stats of all of your military units. I don't know exactly how those stats are weighted or anything. I think HP plays a bigger part than other stats. I might be wrong about that. That might just be the case because you have more HP, honestly. But if you are playing without Empire information on partial, just building military units increases your military score and makes other empires less likely to screw with you, I'm pretty sure. We shall see, I suppose, if maybe it will have the same effect even without them knowing my military score. There might be some, you know, behind-the-scenes cheaty stuff going on. Ah, look at that. Winter. Right on time. Well, I'm glad I didn't keep building the seed storage. Yeah, there might be some behind-the-scenes, letting the AI have more information than they're supposed to have kind of stuff going on, for the purpose of allowing them to make decisions when otherwise they might not be able to do so in a reasonable manner. Let's see if these guys want to give us a new quest. We burned the village that gave us the old quest. These guys just want 8 titanium. This is the only other village? I don't really want to do that. I think we're probably going to burn this village too. Sorry, guys. Well, let's get down here and get that done, then. You need to come home. We've done some fine work, but it's time to regroup. And we have a quest in this region, right? Yeah, okay. We've also received the quest to assimilate the Dorgeshi Miner faction. Turns out they have stuff, and they will give us their stuff if we assimilate them. Probably not happening. Alright, let's talk about assimilation. So we have 1 Seratan village pacified. We could give ourselves a plus 5% defense boost on all of our units. At some point, we'll have more Seratan villages pacified. That we could get that up to 15% with these 2. These guys wanted wine. We did build our wine extractor, so the wine's coming in. Did we actually have the second wine deposit? Sorry, I know. Oh, I built on top of the second wine deposit, so that's coming in as well. That's good. Does say only +1 from city. This is a completed extractor, right? No, it is not. It is an extractor that has scaffolding on it. Right. Well, we should probably get that. I'm just going to buy this. I know we're hurting for cash a little bit, but this is actually really valuable. So when you build a city directly on top of a resource, you get the extractor for free. You can see it says wine extractor in the tooltip down at the lower left, right below red rock. And I think that that does actually count. No, it does not count toward this. Well, that's a shame. We're going to have to build another extractor somewhere to get the dramatically increased rate of resource income. That's okay. We know where there are some other regions that have resources, don't we? Yeah, there's dye down here. I think Mora's would be a really good region for us, but I'm a little worried about settling in it due to the shape of our country and the number of enemies surrounding us. Honestly, the best place to settle with this shape would be like in one of the crooks, so either Therat or like Garant would be lovely if I could get Garant. I don't know what we're gonna do. I know it's bad though. These guys unfortunately cannot move through here with a single point of movement, so we're just gonna have to wait. So we're not gonna try to buy a hero. Obviously, we don't have the money. So we're not going to be pursuing early mercenary market. We'd better just go for Empire Mint to be the tech that pushes us over into the next era. When Arindla finishes building its public library, it's also going to go into unit production. Yes, I think that's right. Or we could just build a burrow, build out toward that tree. We do want that tree. The thing is, we really need military units very badly. Yeah, okay. Alright, so we have 2 wine coming in per turn now. We're going to be able to kickstart that Eresis village, which will be nice. That's a point of population we could really use. Alright, let's just knock this over. This should be very, very easy. Okay, where's my... Where are you? Oh, you're over here in this little crook. Okay. Why not? Hey, you. I can't? There we go. It's had to select somebody else briefly. Alright, let's get this done. Alright, I'm trying to... There we go. Or even, you know what, even more morale ball. Let's just put up even more morale. You know what, it just struck me that there could have been a patch since the last time I recorded, because it has been a couple of days, and I didn't bother to check if there was. We can actually see that here on the... Nope, okay. If there had been a major game version patch, it would have overwritten the community patch, so we are all good. Alright, you took more damage than I thought you were going to. Can I maybe get both of you healing him? Just be really cool if he didn't get hit again. Or at least if he got hit again after being healed considerably. And actually, could you stand next to him when you heal him? Okay, 1 down. There we go. He's not going to get hit again. But even so, we definitely want his health restored. Or her health restored. I guess it's their health restored because there's like 6 of them. Alright. So we're just going to have to rebuild those villages. That's fine. How are my dudes doing? Okay, they're almost level 2. Way of the Initiate. That's this village, so we'd have to turn that back into. What is the reward for Way of the Initiate? Is it just pacification? Okay, yeah, there's no additional stuff. Alright, we may or may not bother doing that then. It is certainly not terribly important that we do so. Also, actually, do I have to bring them back with me, or return with the 2 eyeless ones in your army? Okay. I was wondering if we could just get it with these guys we ran past, but no. Well, in that case, we're definitely not getting it. Not anytime soon, anyway. Alright, obviously we do want pearls. The AI gets pretty cross with you if you take pearls from their territory, but they also get pretty cross with you if you take pearls from anywhere near their territory. If we took this, Pink would shout at us about it. And I am not in a position, I think, where I can afford to have the AI be terribly mad at me. We're going to go up and put down this this neutral army. I do not want to have to deal with them. We're also going to be very wary of the neutral army that we know is over here. Thank you, sharing. That is only a single pearl, but we might grab it. This is probably far enough away from Pink that he doesn't know it's here yet. We can take advantage of that, for sure. You guys... How many low-tier military units do I really want to have? I don't know, a bunch? I think the answer is a bunch. Alright, we have access to resource extractors. How are we doing? 71 total Empire approval. Like, I think we're gonna whine ourselves before we feed the minor faction. Right, and it's just, is it just the one village? It is 2 villages. Okay. Yeah, we're definitely going to whine ourselves before we feed the minor faction. So we're 4 turns off from... No, we're not. We're 8 turns off from doing that. I keep thinking about it like we already have the resource doubling effect. I kind of thought we were going to. I thought the extractor from the city was going to count as 1 for that. So basically what I'm trying to figure out here is, do we need to build this sewer system right away? And I think the answer is no. I'm going to start working on the seed storage here. It'll be done probably around when winter ends. We do need to get this titanium extractor up, and I think that actually is more important than anything else we're doing right now. I'm going to keep some garrison in the city for the moment, because I am definitely concerned about a sneak attack. What I would really like to do is make peace with somebody, but that's probably going to have to wait a little bit, because when we hit Era 2, we're going to want to grab meritocratic promotion very quickly, because we're going to need it to keep our faction quest moving forward. Then we might be free to go for Diplomat's Manse. Obviously, alchemical alloys is really important, but we're not yet going to have the strategics to really take advantage of it, so it probably doesn't need to go second. Yeah, we might be on Diplomat's Manse next, because we have to make some friends here. Somebody has to get on our side. Otherwise, we're going to get slowly torn apart from every direction. If we get weak and one other player... Like, if one other player attacks us and is able to win some military victories against us and get us weakened, the other players will see us in our weakened state and think, oh hey, I could take that guy's stuff, and, to be clear, be right about that. And it will spiral until we are all dead. So let us not have it happen. Alright, let's get all of the ranged units over here, because we're going to run into the trees on the other side of the cliff. We're just going to run away from combat, basically. One of you could start over there. I guess, honestly, we could start pretty far away. They get to move before I do. They only have 2 move. I want to keep them off of the Kekators, because if they die, then we're going to have to actually build minor faction units to keep our Empire Quest flowing. And remember, we're going to get militia in here. Alright, so the militia came in before the archers. I think that's actually totally ideal. I think that's exactly the way we want that to go. Alright. You guys should probably actually focus on the close one, unless he is dead. It looks to me like we might be able to do this without them ever getting to lay a hand on my ranged units, and that is the future we are trying to live in. Oh, that is perfect. You could not have moved to a more perfect location. Okay, well, this should be pretty straightforward. Please do not heal the militia. We're getting lots of good combat XP on our hero. One big advantage of fighting so much early. And especially with a ranged hero, you really want to get that combat XP as quickly as possible because, man, there's some good stuff at the top of this skill tree. Right, well, you may as well go and grab that before Purple runs across the border. The AI gets very mad at you if you take pearls that they think they should have, but they do not consider it rude to take your pearls. That is totally okay. I really need this winter to end because our financial situation is becoming a little bit dire. So we have enough units now. Okay, somebody else got Visionary Leader. 15% extra initiative on the Broken Lords. Good to remember. You guys just gotta try to get home. Yeah, this, in terms of like resource output and the villages and stuff, this region is hugely the right region. It is extremely the correct region. But man, I don't think we could sustain having a city down here. We settle right on top of the dyes. We get the mineral rich and we get the black earth. Although I guess I wouldn't want to settle on top of the dyes anyway, because then we still wouldn't be able to finish our quest. Yeah, it's frustrating. Alright, after we finish this archer, we're on seed storage. I think that's the right way to do that. You know what? I think we do want to build our altar in Arindla. Because we want to build toward this, right? Altar gives us a real easy way to do that without crashing our approval. I think we benefit from building out in Arindla more than we do in any other place, right? Capital can build along that river, and that is cool, but it doesn't need to. It could build out and grab this oasis, though. Yeah, maybe that is better. Yeah, let's do that. That's pretty good. And we can put that before the seed storage, maybe? Because the seed storage is only a single turn from completion. If it turns out that that summer comes back around, we can just move the seed storage up above the altar and finish it off real fast. But the value of having that additional 10 approval is not 0. It's not going to be the difference between 2 approval levels right now, but it's going to be meaningful. I'm just going to keep building military units for the moment. We're going to have to build Empire Mints, like everywhere, pretty much as soon as we can. But we can build another Ranger in the interim. Hey, Winter. Maybe you'd like to end now. Could be any moment. Alright, the Urkans are coming. Also, yep, we never had any chance at Wealth Harvester because we haven't gotten any luxuries, really. So what do I want to do with you guys now? I kind of want to check my territory for pearls, but we don't really have the opportunity to do that. I suppose we're going to need to be down here for our faction quest, right? The next step of our faction quest is to search those ruins in our capital area. Yeah, alright. We should just start heading that way. Alright, Yith has its seed storage up. We could have... Oh, okay, never mind. I was going to say we could have put something in the queue beforehand since winter wasn't over yet, but winter's over. Also, we hit Era 2, the same turn. Neat. Right, Arindla is relatively secure for the moment, which I really appreciate. We can move at a normal speed again, which is also something I really appreciate. We're still losing money at an incredible rate. I don't appreciate that as much. Let's finish the seed storage, and also give me an Empire Mint, maybe even before the altar? Maybe not. We are 4 turns out now on the wine. Alright, you guys need to get home. Ooh. Okay, that was a nice cluster of pearls. And like I said, I think we got to pick up meritocratic promotion right now, even though it is in fact going to make our financial situation a little bit worse by increasing the upkeep cost of our armies. Alright, and we don't have access to the ability to affect the next winter until we finish our altar, and that I do not think is like a super high priority. Let's get some basic infrastructure done. I feel so much more secure, though, even with just the very, very basic archers that we have. Makes a big difference. So meritocratic promotion is 4 turns from now. Oh, somebody hit era 3. Turn 29. Somebody's teching relatively quickly. As soon as we hit meritocratic promotion, we are going to get to fold these 2 armies together, which will help a little bit with our money. Here we finished 2 empire mints, which, okay, didn't quite solve it, but got us close. And as soon as we are, as soon as we're fervent, things are going to be a lot better. Alright, show me where this Urkan has emerged. He has emerged in Khazar. No, he is Khazar. Sorry. He has emerged in this region over here. If we were to go and have a chat with him, he would ask for 30 blood crystals, which is a crazy price. However, he is also relatively weak right now. Still, only relatively. Oh, man. So Uska's kind of a garbage region and has no resources. This actually would be a really good region to take. It'd be a little awkward to hold with all of our cities over here. Yeah, our empire shape is not conducive to taking over the land that we need to take over. Well, I certainly don't want to be like, hey, let's just not think about settling anymore, because obviously we need to do a lot of settling. Alright, let's get these in the queue. Oh, we need this pretty badly. There's a couple of Saratan villages that need to be rebuilt. We are not producing military units in this city anytime soon. And in Erindla, we probably don't... I mean, let's produce 1 more. Let's actually fill the garrison. Although it's not going to be full anymore when meritocratic promotion fires. But whatever. Let's actually fill the garrison, and then we may just start burrowing toward the tree. Yeah. Yeah, I think we will. So keep in mind, the main victory type we're aiming for here is based on finishing our faction quest. So that's part of the reason I'm like hyper-focused on that, maybe a little bit to the exclusion of other things. Those armies are too big. The destination army only has 3 slots. Oh no. Well, soon. Soon we will merge. And our merge will be eternal. I'm going to pop one of these guys out here and have him run over. And we are going to become friends. All of us friends forever. Can we maybe pull some people over to science here? I would just like, I would love it if we could get this next turn instead of the turn after next. Make that happen? We can make that happen. Can we make that happen without affecting the build time of the altar? We can indeed. Okay, yeah, I just want meritocratic promotion. I want to jam these units together and search that ruin. So you need to get over here. Is this a forest space? It is. This guy's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess, yeah, just wait there. That is where everybody will combine. Okay, and we have a reasonable amount of influence to play with here. Oh, about to be eclipse time. You know what? This is a good time to have a bunch of extra units in your garrisons. Okay, hello, little red unit. Probably not a thing we should attack, I guess. Alright, let us pick up Diplomat's Mance. We need to be able to try to make friends soon. Work hard on that other Empire Mint. This is the turn that we pop our wine booster and become fervent, and we're still negative on food. Well, I mean, what are you gonna do? Food? Dust. We're still negative on dust, and I'm, like, very sad about it. You know what will help, though, is going back and getting Aqua Pulvistics, actually, because we have a fair number of river tiles in the capital, and we could end up with river tiles in Erinbla. In fact, we will, if we're building toward the massive tree. So... And honestly, it's not unreasonable for Yith to get other tiles from that same river. So yeah, Aqua Pulvistics will give us some dust from the river. That's relatively cheap tech. We're just going to keep building buildings, and our dust upkeep costs are going to keep increasing. So we do have to do something. Well, let's finish Diplomat's Manse, and then we'll figure it out. Okay, we're going to take a slight detour here and search this before the Draken can. Aha! Mine! 130 dust. It's beautiful. Oh, right! Free Aqua Pulvistics. I totally forgot about this. Dust is also required to heal the Nidya warrior that I totally remembered I was trying to heal. Produce 59 dust per turn in one of your cities for 5 turns. I'll get back to you on that one. Alright. There we go. We have indeed searched it with 4 ranged and 2 minor faction units. We have received 15 gold, which is not terribly helpful. And then make sure there are no enemies in your region called Maswarim in 5 turns to receive the Survival Instinct trait. Plus 2 movement when starting a turn with an enemy army in vision. Yeah, that's pretty useful. So, I believe what happens here is that hostile units just spawn in our region periodically until that quest is over. So we really don't want to leave. We want to be around here. The 9 points of movement we're going to have, probably for the entire duration of the quest, is going to really help with that. So the plan is, I'm going to come down here and steal this ruin from Pink. We're getting settled in a little bit here. I really don't want I don't want Pink to take wars. That would be not ideal. We can't really interact with this Urkan in a way that's like super frustrating. Because I really want to settle a city over here and take the spices and get my bonus resource extraction rate. Or like up here is still pretty good too. I mean, I love Spiral Rock Peel a lot. Would it be crazy to take this region without taking Uska? Because like if Green then took Uska, that could be really awkward for us. They could close their borders and prevent me from being able to reinforce my own city. We also could just fight Pink, right? We could make friends with somebody else, fight Pink, and then, I guess, honestly, taking over Pink's territory probably would not give us quest completion, but we could demolish the wine extractor and then manually rebuild it to get quest completion. Honestly, I might be able to do that in my region. It's not a thing I would ordinarily think to do, but... Because it's not counting the number of extractors you have, right? Because we have 2. I wonder if that would work. Because obviously the reward for doing so is considerable, and it's not a very expensive construction. Well, I'm going to build this Dust Dredger first. Honestly, the dust filtration, which gets us dust from lake tiles, also is pretty good. In fact, is better. So we already have 3 lake tiles. Okay, it's the same cost, right? Yeah. I don't usually think about dust filtration as a lake thing. I usually think about it in terms of coastlines, but that's a fair amount of money right there. Alright, so we got our Empire Mint. All of a sudden, things are better with the money. For now, at least. Grab ourselves this other Dust Ruin. Yep, there's the enemies spawning in. We will fight them. Thankfully, we will always know exactly where they are because of the sharing. Mine. 130 dust, not bad. Also, I'm pretty sure that they relentlessly pursue us, so... Also, there's that. The Mizari are producing Adamantine and Palladian, so that's good to know, and hopefully not be attacked by. You know, the best thing that could happen to us right now is the Vaulters getting into a big war with somebody else and then losing that war. Let's hope that happens. Also, we should grab this massive tree. Yeah, doing so will not pull us out of Fervent. The other thing I should do is pop out some guys, and we should grab ourselves some ruins. We do have ruins up here to grab. 10 Palladian, I don't really care for. We could just grab this one next turn. Are there other ruins in the area? Like, I'm wondering if the smart thing to do here is maybe just like move this guy back, put him back in the garrison, and then pop out a different ranger who has full move left over. Because he could grab this ruin this turn. Remember, we move faster through forests, not slower during the eclipse. We've acquired the Dish of Kanuk, which is a pretty good shield. Unfortunately, not something we have the resources for right now. Yeah, and then this guy will make it down to here next turn. That's a much better next turn kind of thing. In 2 turns, we'll be able to buy off that minor faction, so we'll like grab this and then come back up here and pacify them. Yeah, okay. And he is nice enough to show us the stats of his units. It looks like these guys are basically initial tier. I don't see a lot of extra stats here. Maybe 71 defense is high. Maybe they have a little bit more armor on. Speaking of, probably we ought to, you know, have a little look at our unit designs here. Do I want to go to longbows? I'm trying to think. The reason that you usually would want to use shields is because you are afraid you're going to have to fight somebody who has a ranged attack, and you are preparing yourself for sharp sense. I don't actually think that's a concern for us. So 18 attack, 10 damage versus 18 attack, 4 damage. With Flying Slayer, which gives you bonus damage against flying units, obviously not super relevant for us. Unless we end up at war with the Draken. The Draken have early flying units. But every point of damage matters a lot because of all the bonus attack we're able to get. And then, like, just very basic gear. We could still have Sharp Sense, but I think what I want to do right now is just have these units be cheap to retrofit. It's sort of an intermediary design, and even then they're not that cheap. You should definitely get moved up. I think we're going to go longbow on you as well. He can actually hold a wand. That's interesting. I don't think I've ever done that. I think he does so much more damage with a bow, right? Honestly, no. No, it is not a lot more damage. You know what? I really think I like the wand on him. 18 attack, 10 damage versus 12 attack, 8 damage, but also 12 initiative and 5 life, and lowers enemy attack when they're hit. Yeah, I don't think I've ever equipped him with a wand before. Let's get him all this stuff, and then we have 1 titanium coming in per turn. That's pretty not good. I'm thinking about putting on, like, improved damage or improved army damage. Army damage boost is how much? Damage boost 1 is 4 damage plus 5%. Not very good, is it? And it's 6 entire turns of titanium, but it's hard to say I shouldn't boost my army's damage, right? I'm going to do it. I'll tell you what the actual solution here is. We have to get more extractors up. Okay, well, we're working on this one. Yeah. I need more land. I need more as. I do, I need it. I especially need Pinknot to get it. Alright, we might do something stupid. I might feel the need to do something stupid. And I know what you're all saying. You nah. It happens. It happens sometimes. Sometimes you just get that itch. Like, I've done only things that make sense for such a long time now. Why? Obviously, they're going to come and fight us, but I want to bait them into fighting us as close to the city as possible. That should be good enough. I want to take advantage of all the militia. Alright, do we want to just start as far away from them as possible and let the militia come in and kind of handle business? Probably. It's a little awkward that the militia are coming in where they are. It's like really far away from everything. And I hate this tile. This tile is just like, whoever's in that tile gets dead. I guess, as awful as this is to say, we don't really need the Kekators anymore. Maybe we just, like, do this, and if one of them dies, one of them dies. Or even, I guess, like that. You can guard the important archers. The archers are really soft targets. So we want to back people up for the most part. The Kekators don't get to move before those guys do. I really do want to let the militia through. Oh, I stood those Dakari. For some reason, I was thinking this flag was like at this corner of that tile. Yeah, I kind of want to just back all of my archers off. You guys have 5 moves, so if we move somebody here, they will get hit. Aim at him. You can attack from where you are. You can attack from where you are. You can attack from where you are. These two, though, should back up. Actually, you should just stay put. And the Kekators can move forward and attack because they're after the enemies are anyway. Also, honestly, the art for him attacking with the wand is pretty cool. I guess there's maybe not going to be that much of the enemies left by the time the militia have the opportunity to get in here. Yeah, I mean, everybody just kind of focus up. So I don't think this is the only army that will be spawned in this time. I think we're going to get one more next turn, maybe, when there's 3 turns left on the timer. Do love those post-combat heals. Oh, you guys are surrounded by hostiles. This sucks that this guy spawned this turn. Hey there, purple dudes. Alright, well, we got our 130 dust, which we're going to use for retrofitting. Alright, so these units have a little bit more health now and some reasonable defensive stats, and a little bit more damage. Okay, and then we have to... And we have to safely talk to this village. We don't have the movement necessary to get to this side of it, so I think what we do is we move to here. This guy, I believe, will not attack us because we're not in his region. Yeah, we're going to be at 8. Yeah, he won't attack us because we're not in his region. This guy probably will attack us, but we'll just retreat from that fight, and then we'll hopefully these dudes will move away. We'll be able to get that pacification. I don't really want to move these guys anywhere crazy because I want them to be relatively central, ready to receive the next hostile enemy. It would be really dangerous for us to put this city down here, especially before we know what Pink's disposition toward us is going to be. If we had peace with Pink, I'd feel a lot more comfortable about it. But taking this region gets us 1 deposit of each of these strategic types, possibly some more stuff, maybe, and it gets us another luxury to build an extractor on top of for getting our extractor thing done without having to try destroying and rebuilding the other extractor, which I'm pretty sure we can do. Yeah, I could nuke this. And it would only be 1 turn plus 5 production. Or actually, we're even going to have another citizen by then. Think about it. Think I might try it. I suppose the question is, does Masuarim now rebuild my wine extractor, or does it build the settler? Looks like probably that settler is pretty okay. Okay, execute move. These guys are going to come over here and attack me. No, they're not. Okay, well then I'm just going to walk right there. Nope, okay, he changed his mind. Alright, enemy army did spawn. Oh, this is unacceptable. You can't be here. Alright, yep, I sure did not colonize the region of Daromard. Which I don't even know... Huh, I don't even know what region that is. Alright, I guess let's handle this first. So we retreat. At 1 point of movement left to go here. Pacify the village. Alright, and now we have 2 more points of population in Arindla, happily toiling away, as we demand they must. Listen, you working for me for free is an important part of our culture. Alright, now let's handle this. This should be a little bit less dangerous, because these guys are less likely to run up on us and just suddenly start hitting us. We have a lot of... we have a considerable range advantage here. That said, they're also tougher. I'm thinking we can have some units back up over here. Without any melee units to deny them their physical attack, though, I'm a little worried about getting backed into a corner, I suppose. They have 2 movements. Like, this guy is in a position where we can no longer control him in 2 turns. Doesn't have much in the way of defense. Still a problem, though. The reinforcement slots are over here. I guess we're falling back to friendly cover, is what we're really doing. Yeah, okay. I guess I'm good with this. So you... Oh, I should have swapped these 2, because he could have been right here. I'm perfectly safe. Alright. Yeah, move to right there and fire. You move to right there and fire. You... maybe don't go anywhere? I don't want to let them have an attack, because beam will be actually pretty dangerous in this situation. You guys can move to here. And then you guys can just stand right there. This guy's probably dead by that point. Well, don't go anywhere. I'm going to try to actually give the militia the room to get forward on this. Alright. As long as this guy dies before his turn, our positioning is pretty good. Okay, you doing nothing is fine. I'd rather you do that than get... Uh-oh. We have set up a pretty good beam attack for them. Okay, that guy chooses to run the wrong way, so does that guy. Brilliant. Okay, we win then. I think this is over. Who is first? You are? Okay, cool. I mean, everybody get aggressive. Yeah, this is just like all the way over now. The fact that we now have melee units in to block their turns pretty much just ends it. Because now our positioning is irrelevant. And this is the benefit of having a largely ranged army. Downside being that even with an initiative bonus, you can't necessarily control what enemies are doing very well. So you definitely want to have at least some melee in your heavily ranged army. Okay, so now we have to make a decision. How do we want to treat Pink? Because I can't have them just having armies in my territory right now. They do count as an enemy for this, for the purposes of this quest. We could kick them out. We could just close our borders on them. Not terribly expensive. This would teleport all their units out at the very latest at the end of next turn, which will be sufficient to get our quest rolling. If we do that, we are then going to be in kind of a little bit of diplomatic trouble with them. They won't like that. But the other option is also diplomatic trouble, because the other option is just kill their guys. Which totally might be worth doing. If we're thinking about war with them, then weakening their army has an obvious upside. We're gonna have to kill somebody. I'm too settled in. We have to either kill Purple or Pink. Purple, being a Draken player, I think is more likely to be willing to be long-term friends. This is probably also a pink army. So it's possible that I will just have to close borders on them anyway, right? Let me run down here and see if we can get a look. So even if we did kill these guys, pushing them out would still be necessary. So we must close our borders or our faction quest is gonna... if this fails, it's not a big deal. It just goes off again, and you have another 5 turns. But we don't want to wait another 5 turns. We want to roll our faction quest as fast as humanly possible. So we have to close our borders on pink. Okay. Now the question is, do we attack these guys anyway? The answer might be yes. In fact, I think the answer is yes, because this army is really torn up. But we're going to get... Right, they have reinforcements. If I attack them from this angle... Yeah, those guys are too close. They're still going to reinforce. It's possible that we could just kill all of them, but I don't think it's super likely. I'm gonna just let it go. We're going to just kick them out because, like I said, I don't think that we... I don't think we can beat all of those guys together. And then we build a settler. Let me think about this. So if we're going to settle this city and potentially fight pink, we must settle it up here. Settling it down here would mean that we're going to lose it for certain. If we settle it up here, it does not have a lot of expansion, promise. We could settle on top of the mineral rich and then build a dye deposit or dye extractor just to get that quest completed so that we have the double extraction rate, which is very important to have. And then we could eventually burrow over this anyway and get the benefit of the Black Earth. I think that's probably how I would do it. That's a small, bad city. But it stops pink from expanding around us, which is also going to be important if we end up at war with them. They do not want to get attacked from multiple directions. It's not so far from Masoaram that we can't defend it, but it is far enough that we can't defend it in a single turn. We're going to build the settler. I think we have to, but I don't like it. We can make this settler slightly faster. That added 1 turn to the build, but it will probably remove more than 1 turn from travel, so I think we ended up making the city happen a little bit more efficiently there. And we're 4 turns from an empire plan, so we could just do this again. Honestly, we'll probably just do this again. So we're actually totally cool on influence. We could assimilate the Eresis. That's an extra point of move, and a reasonably powerful infantry unit that we could build. Circular attack is pretty cool. And then maybe we don't bother researching the Tenay Walker, we just use these guys instead. Not because they're better than the Tenay Walker, I don't think they are, but because they would save us a tech, right? We could use that tech slot for something else. We have enough resources to do this and also get our good empire plan, but we don't have enough resources to do this and get our good empire plan and make any kind of negotiation with purple. And I think we really do want to get peace with purple, so I might hold off on this. We're not going to build any vine snakes in the next 5 turns anyway. We have stuff going here. So we have no income of glass steel, 2 income of titanium, looking to become 3 and 1, hopefully. So he has to get on my territory. If purple moves a unit across our border, it's going to be a real issue. And we have to try to get this guy. We have to be like in a position where I can get the garrison of the city while doing it. Okay. That's under control. That's not like part of the quest is just for this. I just wanted to do this while we could. Okay, a bunch of extra influence. All of a sudden, it's looking like we will, in fact, be able to maybe make some deals. I'm still not going to assimilate this turn. I don't think it's necessary. We can talk about assimilation after we get Diplomat's Mance and talk to Purple a little bit and see if we can maybe make peace. Alright, so let's knock these guys out. This is the last hostile minor faction army that will spawn in this region. I probably want you guys like even further away than that. I get what you're going for, but what about over here, huh? What about maximum cowardice? Alright, so let's let the... And I can run to here and shoot that guy perfectly safely. And then the militia can get in and hopefully do some real damage. Oof, 22, huh? Not exactly awesome. Okay, well with them standing like that, it actually makes the most sense for me to run this way, I think. They walled that guy off pretty well. You want to move to here, where you are the maximum distance away from the enemies. Okay. Well, I do believe this is over. This guy can't get to me in a single move no matter what, but it's even truer if I'm over here. Nope, never mind. Should have given the rest of the units explicit orders. So I committed here the #1 cardinal sin of giving orders in Endless Legend. I gave an order that was going to have an ambiguous outcome. I did not secure the outcome of that order. That's a big deal. Really try hard to do that. Try to make sure that you know exactly how all of your orders are going to go. It is a thing you can only do if you have a fairly solid initiative lead on your opponent, but that's why initiative is important. It's really powerful for that reason. Alright. So where do I want to be? I kind of want to be over here, just like keeping an eye on these metal demons until the settler is out, and then we like walk with the settler. So our faction quest moves forward, and we now have the ability to engage in rudimentary diplomacy. Alright, we got ourselves our survival instinct. The truth must be accepted, even when it is unpleasant. Achak seems to be silent for the moment, but it is likely that things will flare up when you announce your latest idea, permitting beings of assimilated factions to rise up to high-level posts in your government. If allies can be trusted, why should they not be exploited to the fullest? It is a time of consolidation and reflection, but the knowledge you have gained requires time and analysis before it can be acted upon. But your convictions remain clear on 2 points. First, that Auriga is a dangerous place that requires buildings of exceptional strength if your people are to survive whatever forces destroyed those who came before you. And second, that the Wild Walkers must be open and inclusive to any and all people's ideas and improvements that can help secure their future. Certainly, those who built the ruins had knowledge of engineering far beyond what is known today. Your eyes burn as you read the ancient texts. Your ears ring with the debates and arguments of scholars. It has been days since you swung a sword or fired a bow in earnest. But you are Onontio, and your people come first. Now that the region is safe, turn your eyes back to the internal workings of your empire. Strength and progress will come by building and improving city centers, and building up districts. Okay, raise a new city center and a new district to their level 2. Bad news! What is a new city center? I'm not clear, and I know I've had this problem before, so I'm going to look it up between now and the next episode. But I'm not clear if it means a new city center and a new district in the sense that, like, things that were not already level 2, or things that don't yet exist. Is this found a new city and get its city center to level 2? Or is this make a city center that currently is level 1, level 2? That's going to affect where we settle, right? We shall see. Alright, you guys, I think, just get back inside the garrison. So here in Erindla, we now have... I mean, we could build 2 more Dakara Rangers, actually fill out this garrison again, and then I might pick up this army of dudes and move to, like, Yith or Masuarim if negotiations with Purple are successful here. Let's see if we can make that happen. They are unafraid. I'm fine with that. Unafraid can still be friendly. They'll do peace, but they want to get paid for it. I'm willing to pay. I think that we can do this. So they would go nuts for this gold. It's not enough gold for us to pop a booster. So I think I'm fine with this deal. Meritocratic promotion. There is some chance of the AI going for a diplomatic victory. I'm not sure if they can do that or not. The Endless Legend community patch may well have made them capable of specifically seeking diplomatic victory. If they are capable of that, then giving them meritocratic promotion or giving them Diplomat's Mance is maybe dangerous. And giving them diplomatic or meritocratic promotion is going to potentially make them harder to fight, but I don't intend to fight them. And if they are going to be a long-term friend, I actually want them to be as militarily powerful as possible, right? So if we give them this, we go down to 73 influence. We will have way more than the 100 we need. Or way more than the 60 we need? Yeah, I think it was 60. So actually, yes, I am 100% fine with this. So that makes this border pretty safe. He might turn on us, but the AI does not usually surprise from peace directly to a declaration of war. If he's turning on us, he'll probably give us some warning with a move to Cold War first. So next turn we maybe pick up the garrison of Arindla and move it to Yith, or maybe even all the way down to Masuaram. A Yith is probably going to need the protection a little bit more, and it's not a very difficult run from one to the other. I'm just thinking that Masuaram has more militia and more fortification. So what do I want you guys to do now? We can make a run for this. Yeah, if the eclipse lasts one more turn, I can get this other ruin. What would it cost to do that? If we did this, it's only 120, and that would pacify this region's minor faction, and then we could assimilate them potentially, which would give us both the plus luxury resources from doing so, and also 50 spices, which is a pretty cool thing to have. Yeah, okay. So I think there's a version of this that involves us going to war with Pink at some point. So probably we should get on alchemical alloys and start thinking about making our troops powerful enough to survive such a war. And if we're generating 43 influence per turn, it is currently the case that we are going to end up at 156 influence at Empire Plan time, which means that we can afford to assimilate the Eresis, or the Vine Snakes right now. Yeah, the Eresis. But maybe I don't want to. Maybe I want to get the Dorgeshi. If we're planning to do this thing, yes. We will hold off. We will assimilate the Dorgeshi. We don't know how many villages there are. We can see two. There might be a third in the fog. That would give us access to a light cavalry unit, which is not something that we natively have. We could still just research our own infantry guy. Yeah. You know, I think we have a real chance of being able to beat Pink. We're going to have to build up a little bit more. It's not going to be an easy war, that's for sure. That is maybe doable. Alright, we are 2 turns off of having this guy. So we need to keep an eye on this region. I see 3 armies. We know 2 of these are actually soldiers. One of them could be a settler. And if one of them is a settler, then we have to try to do something about that. Also, that's a thing. That could be a settler. Stupid manual labor. Alright, let's go this way. Okay, that's just minor factions. I mean, we're gonna have to fight these Dorgeshi off. Hold up, hold up. I see border crossing. I see these guys coming over here and trying to steal my land, I think. Let us see if that is indeed the case. If it is, that sucks a lot, and we're in bad shape, so hopefully not. Please don't be a settler. Please just be hostile Broken Lord units. Okay, I think that's all that is. I am comfortable getting back into my territory, then. Yeah, alright, alright, alright. Oh, that could be a settler. I have 1 move left? That doesn't give me vision. Oh hey, I was not even thinking about this. Visit the highlighted ruins to just get some free Nidya. Okay, I'll do that. You, go secure those ruins. The rest of you get marching. Got places to defend. Now, I believe you can enter a city from any of its exploitation tiles, so I think we could just jump down the cliff here. Alright, so 15 titanium is a welcome gift at this moment. Go ahead and take this Empire plan. Pop our settler out and get on the move. So unfortunately, it's going to be a couple of turns here before we're actually in position to make stuff happen. And like I said, I need to... I know I've had that question before, and I know I have answered it before by testing. So I'm going to go watch some of my old videos and figure out how exactly this quest step works. Because if we do have to raise the new city center to its level 2, we can't build the city here, right? It would be crazy. We'd have to build it somewhere where we can usefully expand out more. Down here somewhere. So, I think what I'm saying is we're going to end the video here for today. I guess we can throw some stuff in the queues. We could build another burrow here. We could build the dust dredger. Only works during the summer, but we have 7 more turns of summer at least. I'm comfortable with that. Over here... I don't know what I want to build here. Yeah, okay, you know what? That's a decision I'll make next time too. So I'll go do some research, see if we can finish this step of our faction quest by just like leveling up Masuarim's city center, because if we can, we'll probably do that. Irindla's city center is kind of an awkward spot, but we could build down the up and down the river a little bit and get this all sorted out. Okay, so that is going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time when hopefully we continue pushing our faction quest forward. Hopefully we get to settle this weird region to our south, and hopefully we finally get to interact with an Urkan in a profitable way. We just got to keep watching for them to ask for a resource that we actually have some of. And we'll see you then.